This conference will now be recorded.
All right. Connect to Jenkins. Any doubts, any questions from previous sessions? Okay. So if you don't have any question, then we'll continue with the in more details about how to create a Jenkins job. So one of the advanced option that we have in Jenkins is creating a pipeline job. Okay. So once you go to new item, you'll see that there is an option to create a pipeline. Okay. So we will look into this option, pipeline, how to create a pipeline. So we'll give it a name like pipeline project. Yeah. So these are the minimum tabs that you find in the pipeline. We have got build triggers. As usual, you can select one of these like GitHub hook trigger for Git SCM polling. So most of the things are all similar here, right? Nothing much to change here. Advanced option, nothing, display name and things like that. And finally, we see something called as pipeline here. Now this pipeline is, we can write um, um, kind of script here, so which will get executed instead of we writing multiple jobs. Okay, so one job to build, the next job to run our sonar cube analysis, the another job to run like security, like if you want to run HP45 or you want to run some other tool. So instead of putting everything in different jobs, so we can write a script. Okay, and there are two ways you can write a script in Jenkins. So that is a declarative pipeline. There is something called as declarative and one more in group view. So let's look at the declarative pipeline. So I'll go to the official page of Jenkins. So this is how the syntax of declarative pipeline looks like. I'll quickly explain what that declarative pipeline is. We start with a keyword called as pipeline. Okay, and then okay, it looks something like this. And then we have the stages. So within the stages, we'll have a stage. And then we can write the step here. Okay, so before we go to the stages, we have something called as agent that we can agent in the sense you can define there can be one master machine and multiple node machines. So that we haven't gone through it. So we can say this job I want to run on this particular machine, and that particular machine will have a label. So that label information we can provide here. Okay, so that will come. We'll anyways try to understand what is a node machine. So after that, we'll understand what the label name and how to provide the label details here. Okay, so basically this agent means where on which node machine you want to run the job, right? Again, stages you can define like let's say first stage would be I would like to check out the source code management, right? I can go with this option. Okay, this is a step, and I can write the steps here like a gate URL, whatever the URL I can provide it here. Okay, so this will be the first step. Okay, so this is the first stage, and in that stage, this is the step I am trying to run it. So this command, we'll see how to get this particular command, and we can define multiple stages. Like again, in this stage, we are going to build. You can say you're going to build a Maven build. You can call it as. If you're going with the Maven, you can go with the Maven build here like this. And again, you can define the step here. Like you can give the Maven command, mvn, and then say you want to package. You can go with the command as package. Okay, so that's how you can keep on defining the stages here. Next, you want to go with, let's say, once the build is complete, you can go with the JUnit unit testing. Okay. Likewise, I can keep on defining all the stages here. I can go with the code analysis or sonar scan. Like this. So this is how the pipeline would look like. This is they call it as a declarative pipeline. We'll quickly get into the. I will try to understand what it is. Let's go here back. So this is how the declarative pipeline looks like. We start with the pipeline, and we define various sections here, like agent.
Hey,
We'll
Vivesh, I have a
say
question.
where the job should be run. Yeah, please go ahead.
Can you get back to Notepad once?
Yeah.
So you define the state, checkout, SCM, I mean source code management and Git. Again, you said the Maven built and you created a step over there, and
Mm-hmm.
then you created a stage JUnit. So, I mean, is it necessary or it's not really necessary to create a step under every stage?
It is important. So this you are giving a name as stage, but step is where within that you are running the commands. So I haven't written anything here. Doesn't mean that yeah, but step is the mandatory step. You need to add that. Step is
So,
necessary there
so every
everywhere.
every stage, whatever we want to define, we need to have a command beneath that, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay,
So
okay, that's it.
each stage need to have a step there. Yeah. Okay. So let's get back here. So here, as you can see, if I say any agent, it will run that job on any of the available agents or the nodes that are there. If I say none, it will automatically run on the main master machine, or we can define the labels as I said. So that label we'll have a look at it once we define a node agent. Then we can provide a label for that agent, And if you want to say that, okay, I want to run my Jenkins job on that agent. So that label name you have to provide in the agent category. Okay, this way. So it looks something like this. Let's say this is the agent. It is a little bit Docker is there. We haven't seen what Docker is, so we'll not take this example. Let's scroll down. Okay, so this is one example here, like agent none, and we have all the stages here. In that we have the stage, agent, steps, this format. It's mandatory that each of the stage have the steps. So within the steps is where you are within that you are saying this is the command I want to run it. Okay. So there's a lot of documentation available here. We can go through that one, like a simple hello world. You want to echo something, you can put it in the steps here, and they can define echo
Can
hello
you
world in this format.
can you redefine the agent again, please? I mean, what does agent do? Can you say me again?
Okay, agent. I think we are just jumping a little bit ahead. So see, there are so we have to understand a little bit of background why that agent came into picture. So we'll be having a master Jenkins, and then we'll have a slave node machines, right? Um, now why this concept came in, like master Jenkins and slave node. So the machine right now we are running the Jenkins on, we call it as a master machine. So usually what happens is there are not only one job, there will be like hundreds of jobs that will be running. And master job and master machine is not capable of handling all those jobs at the same time. That is where we split the jobs into multiple machines. Slave node machines are again, they are like virtual machines. So we are redirecting all these jobs to run on those slave machines. Now again, this slave machine can be Linux or Windows based. Both are possible. Let's say I'll usually what happens is in real time you'll have one Jenkins master, one Jenkins master you can have. You can either load balance it, or you can usually there will be one Jenkins master, and there will be, let's say, 8 to 10 machines, 8 to 10 slave machines. Again, they can be combination of Linux or Windows machine. So what I'll say is whenever I'm creating a job, I would like to define where my job will run in one of these machines. So each of the slave machine will have a name, and that will be defined with the label. So I'll give a label to each of the slave machine. Let's say slave 1, like that, slave 2, and slave 10, like that. I'll be defining a label for each of this machine. Now, when it comes to agent, I say agent, that means um, run my job on this particular slave machine. I'll say label, and I'll give, okay, run my job on this slave machine, like this. Is that clear?
Yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. So basically, we haven't discussed about slave machines, so that's why it is little difficult to grasp it now. But we'll be seeing how to create a slave machine, and that point of time we'll get a idea like what this agent is all about. That's why I'm not getting into more detail here. Okay. All right. So just going back. Um, Okay, so this is how you can write the pipeline. This is a declarative pipeline. There are a lot of details you can add here. There is another way you can write this pipeline, that is using the node. Here, since you're using the pipeline, there is another option. You can write the same piece of code. So that is called as like you can start. If you're familiar with the Groovy script, you can write in this format. So this is having like node, and then we define the stage here. This is a second format. Okay, you can either follow the pipeline declarative format, or you can go with this option as well. Here there's slightly change in the format how you write it. You say checkout SCM. You keep on defining the stage here like this. Okay, build. So this is another format, and this uses Groovy. You need to understand a little bit of Groovy language to write this script. Groovy language you need to understand to write in this format. In the pipeline, so the pipeline looks that in this way. You don't need to know any Groovy language. You can create this for example, if I want to create this syntax, I have an option in Jenkins that I can make use of. If I go back here in Jenkins, and there is a pipeline syntax creator or generator, I can click on this. Let's say I want to go with the Git artifact. I click on the Git. I'll give the URL name. Let's use the URL name. Okay, let me select the URL. I go back here and add the URL. Rest of the details you can select like master branch, or you can leave it blank as it is, or credentials if you want, you can add it, and then say generate pipeline script. So this will provide you the, it will give you the script details that you can add in your pipeline. So this I can take and go to my pipeline script and just replace and just add it here as a line. Now this type, what it will do is it will um, go and download or clone this particular project onto my workspace, onto my job, right? So this is how I can create, I can make use of this pipeline script generator. Similarly, I want to run some script. Okay, there is I can go with the shell script. Click on the shell script here, and let's say I want to run some command like a maven, let's say package. I say generate script. You can see that it will generate the script in this particular format. Again, label, we can define where and which age on which machine you want to run it. Again, this label is for that one. So you can provide the label name here. You can select this entire script, go back here, and then put it in the Maven build. So instead of this, we can put it in this one. Label again, if there is something like slave one machine, you want to run this. The advantage here is like you can define like this particular stage I want to run which slave machine, this on which one, and this on which one. I can make use of the label to define and run my stages on different machines. And this is a script. Here is a command that I want to run it. Okay. So this is how it looks like. So if I go back to my Jenkins, here you can try some samples here. If I want to click on, let's say I want to go with GitHub Maven, so I can select this. It'll automatically generate that pipeline script. Okay, it's what we have discussed till this point. It's all same, like steps, host you can remove. So you can see these are all the stages that we have. Agent is any. Right now it will be running on any of the available agents. This is how we can define the status. This is the pipeline. So this has been generated automatically for an example, but you can also put this particular pipeline script in your repository in this format. If I go back here, it is called as a Jenkins file. So if I click on this Jenkins file, I can put the entire piece of code here. And this is in a different format that I was telling, node. You can even define in this format, and we can define the stages like this. Okay, and you can call this Jenkins file in your job. So this is one way of writing entire script here. If you want to just call this script from the repository, you can also do that. And only thing you need to make sure is you need to have the name Jenkins file for your pipeline script that you're writing in your repository. In your repository, it should be of the same name like Jenkins file. I can provide a different name, but the same name should be used here in the script path. So what it will do is it will go once the build starts, it will start checking for this Jenkins file, and whatever is written in the Jenkins file, it will start executing step by step. All right. So let's go back to the pipeline script, and here we'll define some of the stages. Tools. This is another part here, like tools. If you have anything like Maven tools that we have defined, I think we gave the name as Maven, if I remember correctly. So just replace that name here. So this name is coming from the tools section. We added Maven, right, when we installed Maven. So we gave a name for that one. So this is the name we had given there. So that name we can add it here. All right. So coming to the stages, we'll define. Okay, this is some randomly it has given some URL, but instead of that, we will select. Okay, we will go with this URL. Okay, this is the URL. Okay. So here they have in the build section only they have defined this one and also the build option. So what we can do is we can define one more step here. This one we can define in a different script. Okay, this step closes here and this stage closes here. So after that, I'll create one more stage. This one I can call it as okay. I want to check out the code here. I'll add one more stage. Maven build. So in this, I'll copy the Maven option here. So what it'll do is it'll ignore any tests here for now. It'll do a clean of the repository and then it'll do a package. That's it. Let's see that here. What else we have? It's trying to post any JUnit successful. If there is any unit test cases that is run, it will try to post all those results here. Okay, right now I don't think we have anything. Let's try to run this and see. Okay, we'll save this entire script. So let's save this now. We'll try to run it. Okay, there is some error. Steps haven't built. Think we missed some. It'll throw an error if there is some error in the pipeline script you have written. It'll throw an error. It's saying steps must be in the steps block. Let's see. We might have missed something. Okay, it should be steps, not step. That's where it's a problem. Yeah, just name it as steps and save it. All right, it has started executing the pipeline now. It started with the stage, started cloning the repository, running some unit tests. There's nothing to run there. That's where it is throwing an error, configuration error. No test reports file were found. Okay, there is no unit tests to run here. That's why it's throwing error. Let's go back and change that step there once again. You can comment it out like this. You can go with the option of commenting it out if you don't want to run any step there. Okay, so we have just commented this. We don't want to run the JUnit, so only the checkout. So let's now just making sure the steps are correct here. Yeah, now it should be correct. Let's save this. Okay, so next step, it has started running here. That is the Maven build, and it is started running the command with the clean and package, scanning for the projects. It is going through all the steps that we have seen there, right? It has built the war file finally here. The same thing you can see here in the dashboard when you go to the pipeline. Um, See, this is how the dashboard looks like. What all stages, this is the stage view. What all stages you had here, like declarative, checkout, SCM, Maven build, all the details you can see here. You can even check the logs from here. If I click here, you can see how the build has went through all the steps. You can have a look at it here like this. Again, this is very basic level. So we'll be having a lot of components. It's just not as simple as what we can see here. We'll have a lot of components in this pipeline, which we need to include, like as I said, JUnit, sonar scan. There will be a lot of other components. If you are deploying something, you need to add it over here. So that example we'll take later. So this is just to give an introduction how a pipeline would look like. And this is the main thing, or the concept, or the advanced concept that is currently as a Jenkins. If you say you know Jenkins, this pipeline build is what they'll be expecting you to know, and they'll ask if you have written any pipeline. So this is a very important concept in Jenkins. From your interview purpose or otherwise, you'll be working on this pipelines only, right? So that's where this becomes very important. Today, just given an introduction as to how it goes through. We'll be adding more examples. I'll be giving one more examples where you'll be running the sonar scan and then storing the results to Artifactory and also deploying the thing to Tomcat server, right? So all those things we'll try to integrate in the pipeline, right? So that will make the complete CI/CD, right? You'll continuously you're integrating and then you are deploying to the server. Okay, that option we'll have a look at it. All right, so any questions apart from that?
Not for me.
Okay, so is it at least clear? Like yeah, we have a lot of things to. Yeah, what about Karthik and Pushpa? Any questions you have? Like,
Not right now for me.
okay, okay, you're at least familiar with what is pipeline, or you heard somewhere you got a
I'm
chance
not
to.
familiar. I'm not familiar.
Mhm. All right, all right. Yeah, this is how the pipeline, and this is an important concept. So we have to spend a lot of time on this pipeline, and mostly you will be saying that when you have worked on CI/CD in Jenkins,
Mhm.
pipeline is the important thing that you have developed. You have written some pipelines, so they might ask questions on this pipeline. So you should be make sure that you people like concentrate more on this. Anyways, this is just an example we have taken, but we'll try to give you one more example, like where we are going to use where we're going to see both the CI/CD part in the entire pipeline. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, just want to emphasize the importance here. So just make sure that it's important there. Yes.
Yeah, I mean like I missed few classes, so I didn't catch up till date. So
Okay.
yeah, I'll get back with the questions.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, that's okay. All right. I think is it okay to stop it here now today?
I'll go with everyone poll.
Yeah. What
Paul
about
is okay.
Karthik and
Karthik is with me.
I'm also
It's the
okay.
same vote.
all right. So you want to yeah, we'll connect back tomorrow. Then we'll go with the more with Jenkins as to how to create the slave machine, and then we will try to take an example. I need some time to set up the CI/CD because there are a lot of components like Sonar Scanner, Artifactory, even Ansible I have to install. So we'll look at that example later on. So once we have the slave machine in Jenkins, then the almost Jenkins part will be covered. Then we'll jump onto Ansible and we'll have a look at that Ansible tool, how it looks like, right?
Okay.
But definitely we'll have one project which will show the entire CI/CD. So that way you'll get an idea like how the pipeline is used, and in the CI part, what all things, what all tools are getting used, and how you're deploying using the same pipeline code. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Then we will talk tomorrow then. Okay. Thanks for
Okay.
joining, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah. Bye.